I've been wearing the Pixel Watch 2 on my wrist since it came out last year, and I gotta say, I love it. But I just tried out the Pixel Watch 3 and it was really impressive. So much so that I am ready to get rid of this and get a Pixel Watch 3 as soon as possible. So let's go over 5 things that impressed me the most about the Pixel Watch 3. One of the biggest complaints about the Pixel Watch 2 and the Pixel Watch 1 was that they only came in one size, 41 millimeters. Now, this is a fine size and a lot of people liked it, but there are a lot of people out there who like their watches to be a bit bigger, and they had no option. Well, Google has heard your pleas and has finally introduced a larger version of the Pixel Watch 3, which comes in at 45 millimeters. Don't worry, the 41 millimeter version is still here if you want that. But if you like your watches a little bit bigger, the 45 millimeter option is there for you. The 45 millimeter version isn't that much bigger. It's definitely bigger, but it's not like gargantuan or anything. I personally thought it looked great on my wrist, and this is probably the one that I'm going to get when I do upgrade. A nice benefit to having a bigger watch face is that you can see more information than you can on the smaller watch. For example, you can get an extra ring of complications on a watch face that you don't get from that same watch face on the smaller model. When you're using the weather app, you can get more information without needing to scroll down. And when you're launching a Fitbit activity, you have access to 6 shortcuts instead of just 3. One important thing to remember though about this bigger size is that the current watch bands that you have for your Pixel Watch 2 will not work on the 45 millimeter version of the Pixel Watch 3. Your 41 millimeter Pixel Watch 3 is compatible with those watch bands, but if you decide to upgrade to the larger size, you're going to need to buy all new bands. The Pixel Watch 2's display is really good, but Google is making the Pixel Watch 3's display much better. First, the display is a lot brighter. It goes up to 2000 nits now, which is much brighter than the 1000 nit display of the Pixel Watch 2. Additionally, it's also a lot dimmer. It goes down to just 1 nit of brightness now. This will make it so that when you check your watch in the middle of a movie theater, you're not going to annoy the people around you by your ultra bright display going off. Google has also addressed one of the chief complaints about the Pixel Watch 1 and the Pixel Watch 2, which is the bezels. On the smaller version, the bezels have shrunk by 16%, giving you a little bit more screen real estate than you had on previous models. Okay, I want to talk about battery life, but before I get into it, I want to give you some bad news, which is that the 41 millimeter version of the Pixel Watch 3 has the exact same battery size as the Pixel Watch 2. The silver lining here is that you are still probably going to see battery life gains even though there's the same size battery. Remember I talked about how the screen can go down to 1 nit of brightness now. Well, that's going to save battery life. Additionally, the display refresh rate can also go down to 1 Hertz now, which is also going to save battery life. When you just have your always-on display on, it won't be constantly refreshing 60 times per second. It's only going to be doing that 1 time per second. And if that's not good enough for you, the 45 millimeter version has a significantly bigger battery than we saw in the Pixel Watch 2. At 420 milliamp hours, it is 35% bigger than the Pixel Watch 2's battery. This will all make for significant gains in battery life if you opt for the 45 millimeter version. But remember, if you stick with that 41 millimeter design, you're still going to see good battery life, at least compared to the Pixel Watch 2. One of the things the Pixel Watch is so well renowned for is sleep tracking. That's because Fitbit has some of the best sleep tracking algorithms that you can get in a smartwatch. One of the problems though is that you need to remember to put your watch into bedtime mode so you don't get pestered and woken up by notifications going off or getting woken up by your bright display. Thankfully though, with the Pixel Watch 3, there's a new feature here that is unavailable on the Pixel Watch 2, which is automatic bedtime mode. Essentially, your watch will be able to understand when you're going to sleep and then automatically put itself into bedtime mode, meaning that you will no longer need to either remember to put it into bedtime mode or figure out some sort of workaround by making it so your phone and your watch sync together. Not only will it make it easier for you to stay asleep once you're asleep, but once again, this will also save on battery life a little bit because you'll no longer be leaving your watch out of bedtime mode while you're sleeping. On the Pixel Watch 2, there are some Fitbit features that are locked behind Fitbit Premium, which is a monthly subscription that could cost you up to $10 each month. On the Pixel Watch 3 though, some of these features that you would expect to find behind Fitbit Premium are now going to be free for everybody who owns a Pixel Watch 3. One of the biggest features that's going free is Readiness Score. Readiness Score essentially aggregates a bunch of your data into a number, letting you know how good you are for a workout the next day. Basically, if you wake up in the morning and you find that your readiness score is really high, you should probably push yourself hard for that workout. But if you wake up in the morning and find that your readiness score is very low, you might want to go easy on yourself or not work out at all that day. Additionally, there are 3 other things that are going free on the Pixel Watch 3 related to your readiness score. One is cardio load. This will let you know if you are over or under training on your cardio workouts. Another is target load. This should let you know how far you should push yourself with your metrics that day. For example, some days you don't need 10,000 steps. Maybe you need 15,000 steps because you're ready to work it. And then other days, maybe you only need 7,000 steps because you need to recover. These are things the target load is going to help you with. Finally, there's a new morning brief feature, which is going to give you a daily digest of your health right on your watch when you wake up in the morning. So those are the 5 things that impressed me the most about the Pixel Watch 3. But there is one more thing that I want to talk about, which is the price. This is also really impressive because Google has not raised the price for the entry level of the Pixel Watch 3 series. If you want to get a 41mm Pixel Watch 3, you're going to pay the same $349 price that you would pay for a Pixel Watch 2. And if you want to go with the bigger model, it's only going to cost you $50 more, bringing the total price to $399. Now, those are for the Wi-Fi only models. You'll pay a bit more for each if you want to go LTE. Those of you watching this who have a Pixel Watch 2 or a Pixel Watch 1, I want to know, do you plan on upgrading to the Pixel Watch 3? If so, are you going to get the 41mm model or the 45mm model? Let us know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.